Alright guys, Chicago Pro 2021 has just wrapped up and we've got a new champion. Hunter Labrada has won this show, beating a very good lineup which included Roelly Winklaar, who was making his comeback here. So let's talk about the placings before we get into the details. Hunter Labrada is your champion. Second place, Brett Wilkin, who surprised everyone with his showing here. Max Charles finished at third place. Fourth place went to Mohammed Shaban. Roelly Winklaar at fifth place. Now everyone was expecting Roelly Winklaar to win this show, or at least have a better showing, but he was a bust here, finishing at a shocking fifth place. Sixth place went to Hassan Mustafa. Now we're gonna get into the details, starting with sixth place moving upwards. Hassan Mustafa has got this crazy and freaky size on his side. He's got this great upper body. He's got these crazy legs, but he's missing in conditioning. No doubt he was the biggest guy on the stage. I think if he downsizes a bit, it's going to help him nail his conditioning. On the other hand, Roelly Winklaar, who actually decided to downsize and come in smaller in this show, had terrible showing. I think biggest story coming into this show was Roelly Winklaar making his comeback, and we was expecting him to win this show, but he wasn't same Roelly Winklaar what we last saw. He was way smaller here. His legs were smaller, his upper body and those freaky arms, they were smaller. Even oiling on his body was terrible here. I don't know if he and his team decided to come in smaller here, or that's the Roelly Winklaar we're gonna get going forward. But I think there's lots of work needs to be done for Roelly Winklaar to be competitive on the Olympia stage. Of course, it can be done just like Big Ramy did it last year, but I think it's gonna take lots of work. Your fourth place finisher, Mohammed Shaban, he looked very good here. He's been very consistent in past few shows. So he's there. You can notice him all the time. Same as Max Charles, who finished at third place. I think Max Charles looked pretty good here. I think Max Charles was very close to second place finisher. I think you could have had him at second place and no one would have complained. But on the other hand, Brett Wilkin, who was your second place finisher here, he was looking amazing here. Like, his conditioning was on the spot. I think he need to put on some size, but he had a great showing here. He beat Roelly Winklaar. Now let's talk about the champion Hunter Labrada, who's been great in this last 1 year. He's been winning the shows. He's had top 10 finish at his Olympia debut. He's got this great structure, superb conditioning and presentation. It's like he's got this muscle fullness on him. He was by far the best bodybuilder on the Chicago Pro stage. Like, the second place wasn't even close. He's got all these tools to become a top bodybuilder. With this win, he's already qualified for the Mr. Olympia, so he's got all this time to focus on his physique. I think he must be eyeing that top 5 finish this year, the way he's been improving. Let me know what you think about this Chicago Pro competition, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the other videos, and I'll see you next time.